Hi guys, welcome to the Careers in Psychology class for fall 2020. I wanted to kind of officially say hello to you since, most things are going to be remote this semester. I hope that nobody is making you go in person. I really hope that nobody's making you do that. So you're going to be looking at a screen a lot, much like everybody else who's in education right now. So I wanted you to be able to put a face to what you're going to be doing in the course this semester. I want to go through the syllabus for you guys so that we can really break down everything it is that you're going to be doing throughout the semester in this class. And the goal for this class to me is above and beyond just career development in psychology. It's more of taking you step by step from the point that you're at now in your undergrad career to where you might want to be with either grad school or careers or both. And we're going to do that step by step through a series of assignments that I hope you're going to enjoy. And this is not going to be a class that you dread doing the assignments and working on over the course of the semester. So we're going to open up my share screen over here. So now what? I'm very tiny over here in the corner. Whee! Okay, so the home screen of the course should look like this for you. The psych department did something real fancy on the homepage of Canvas where we're all like purple. You can see this was me in my younger, more professional day at FIU, whatever. At least gives you some sort of fancy idea of who I am. So I have the syllabus open, and I'm going to keep these two tabs open so that we can toggle between them to look at the individual assignments and the overall view of the course. So the way that you're going to be contacting me is you're going to use Canvas course messages primarily. If ever you have some sort of very serious emergency, I would ask that you email my FIU email if it's something that I very, very urgently need to see and you just can't risk the potential day or two time that worst case scenario it'll take me to reply to you. So I'm always there. Please don't use my phone. I put it here because I want you to have all of me, but please don't like message me or call me at like 7 o'clock in the morning. No emergency is ever going to be that serious in this class. We will figure it out and we will work on it. Trust me. Trust me. So you can go through the description, purpose, objectives, methodology, all of that on your own. We don't need to read it to you. And we will come back to this makeup policy section after we go through the assignments themselves. Netiquette, you've used computers before. You know how to talk to people online. Syllabus modification, just saying that should I decide to ever alter anything this semester, I can do so and nobody can do anything about it. No, boo boo, whatever. I'm not going to do that. The syllabus is in place and it's been working well for me, so I'm not going to change it. There is no textbook for this class. The department requires in the system for there to be this careers textbook. I think it's like a little paperback green doodad, and I find it to be one of the worst books for a class that I've ever read. So I don't require you to do it. Everything that we're going to do is going to be something that you can find online or something that I'm providing you with the tools to complete it. So don't worry about buying a book. If you already did buy the book for the class, return it. You're never going to use it. You're going to learn more from me than from the book. I'm a very self-conscious person, but there are some things in my life that I consider myself to be an expert on. And the things we go over in this class right here, that's one of them. So you're in good hands. Trust me, you're in good hands. Expectations, you can go through that. Here's where we want to really get to so that I can break this down and explain everything to you. In the course requirements, it's broken down into 3 overall subsections of the grades. You have the discussion questions at 40%, developmental activities at 40%, and then a final interview project at 20%, all adding up, because we know maths, to 100% of your final grade. So these weekly discussions, you can go over here to the discussions thing and you can find them, which it looks like a lot of you already have, so good job, you beat me to it. And the discussions should also be under the assignments, and there they all are. So going back to that makeup policy, each week, with the first one being due, I believe, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, each week there's going to be a discussion that you're going to need to do. I think there might be an off week somewhere in here. And I see that I have set the due date to these 2 incorrectly. That should be the 8th and the 15th. So you have a week off between the 15th and the 29th, but they're all there. There's what, 10 of them? 10 of them. Nice round number. So each one is worth 4 points. If you do them on time, you will receive the 2 points for your initial post and then 1 point per response to your fellow classmates. So you're going to go in, you're going to provide some sort of meaningful response to the question, and you're going to chat with 2 of your classmates. It is not the funnest thing to do. I know, you go in, you find someone and you're just like, yes, I thoroughly agree with what it is that you said. And then you move on, you find someone else and go, oh, Kathy, it's so cool that you like Dalmatians. I too watched that movie when I was a child, right? It might not go in any kind of meaningful way for you, but there is a point to the discussions, at least as a primary thing. And since this is an online class, you kind of are expected to interact with your fellow students. Hopefully you get something out of it. So that's how the 4 points are broken down. Now, the makeup policy, if you look at any given discussion question, so if you open them up, internet, you'll see the prompt for the topic, and then all the replies and stuff like that. We've already got, hi, Kim. I too, whatever you said, Kim, right? Sorry, Kim, we just called you out. Sorry, Reggie, you're a beautiful example of how to do the discussion post. But if you see in the due date section, you've got due September 6th, but then available until December 6th. Every single one of the assignments for this semester is going to be open. I'm using air quotes a lot today. It's going to be open until the end of the semester, meaning if something happens in your life, catastrophic failure in some way, you can go in and submit these assignments late. What's going to happen is the later they are, the less points you're going to receive on them. And if you get to the point where you're over a week or 2 late, I'm not going to give you the points for interacting with your classmates because most of your classmates will have moved on and you are kind of tacking on to the end of discussions as opposed to really participating in them. But the way the course is broken up, you can miss a couple points here and there and you're not going to, it's not really going to dangerously affect you. There's also extra credit. So if you miss a discussion here or there, it's not the end of the world. If you have a late assignment, it's not the end of the world. We'll figure it out. So if you miss any one of these discussions for some reason, like you went and got tested for corona and you're positive and you are freaking out, please message me. I will work with you in any way that I can to make sure that you get these assignments in, or we come up with an alternative, or we remove the due date and let you do this at your own time. I am so willing to work with you on just about anything in this class. So just communicate with me. That's the most important thing. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to do 10 of those, 4 points each, bada bing, bada bam, all good. The next category here is the developmental activities. So here we are under the assignments, and there's 4 different activities, all 10 points each, that you're going to do, and they are all in sync with the discussion flow that we're going through. So topic 3, wandering map. That's the week that the wandering map is going to be due for you. When you click on the assignment, if everything went well, yes, it did. Thank you, Canvas support team. Each assignment is going to have the instructions to how to complete it within the assignment itself. The only one that doesn't have a document behind it is the wandering map. So this is a really fun activity. At least I thought it was really fun when I did it. And I have a video that goes through. We don't need to look at me from that stage of life. Not right now. You can do that on your own time. We're not going to have pink hair again. Purple? Yes. Pink? No. So in that video, I go over step by step how to complete the wandering map. What I'm expecting for you in a submission is just a picture or a scan of your map, or if you have a nice fancy like iPad, tablet, whatever, and you want to digitally do it, that's great. But you'll see that it's pretty laid back. All I want to see is the final product. And as long as you do it, you will get the full points. I'm not micromanaging these things and these assignments. I just want to see completion, because it's about what you can possibly get out of the assignments. I'm not going to benefit from you going and doing a wandering map of your likes, dislikes, and where you should go in life. That's you. So if you want to, half-ass it, who am I to judge you at this point in life? I just want to see the completed effort. So that's the first one. The second activity is a 5-year plan, which we do, we're going to download it. Okay. We didn't need to do that. We already have that on our computer somewhere. But the 5-year plan is an exercise of a 5-step plan to get you through the end of your psych career and the beginning of what would happen after you graduate, mostly to help you really pinpoint where you need to focus for the next few years in terms of getting you from point A to point B. And what I want from this assignment is just for you to go in, look at all of my documents, they're just sitting over there that I've neglected. So all you have to do for this is, what is your primary areas of interest academically? For me, IO psychology. What steps do you need to take to finish this major? None. I graduated spring 2020. Sucker, right? Whatever it is that you want to put in there to me. All you need to do is just kind of answer them. Some questions require a longer answer than others, but for the most part, it's a pretty simple, straightforward thing. Don't save. Sucker. See, you know now that I am a complete and total weirdo. So I'm not going to be judging anything that you do. And that should make you feel better, feel loved. And that's how this is going to go. Third activity, back to our assignments over here. This is something that I've recently added because I wanted to make sure that a career development class actually had an assignment specifically about the types of careers that you could get within psychology. So I'm not going to open this for you now because I don't want to download it. But what you're going to do is go through these different sections that I've created of types of careers that you can get in psychology or the peripheral field of psychology, and you're going to pick one from each section and do a little research project on it so that you can get a better idea of what job listings actually look like and what these fields actually require. Because there's a misconception in psychology that you need to go and do this doctorate degree to be successful, and that with a bachelor's degree, you can't do anything. And I'm sure some of you have family members who are like, why are you doing a degree in psychology? Because you should be an accountant. That was my dad. You should be an accountant. No, Dad, there are quite a few jobs in psychology and we make a difference. So shut up, sucker. That's the last time I'll say that, I promise. The last activity is a graduate program preparation list of sorts, where you're going to go through and you're going to give me 5 different schools that have programs that you could potentially be interested in. Even if you do not plan to go to grad school, even if you have already applied and gotten in to grad school, you still have to do this. I'm looking for 5 schools. Each school is 2 points. So if you decide you're only going to submit me 1, you're going to get 2 points on the assignment until you go back in and fix it and give me all 5 of them. Thank you. They can come from different programs within the same school. They can be from pretty much anywhere. If you're doing like a BCABA or a Bachelor of Nursing or something like that, and it's not graduate, that's fine too. Just throw them all in there, all right? That's all I want for you, is to be prepared in your life. So that's it. Each one of them, 10 points. As long as you do them, 10 points. If you're late, the most I ever really take off of these assignments, if they're like late, like very late, is a couple of points. And I am a major pushover. So when we get to the end of the semester and you're like a couple points from an A and I took some late points off, I probably give you the points back. And I probably shouldn't be admitting that to you right now, but I don't want you to stress about anything in this semester. The last assignment of the 100% here is the final project interview. So this is one of the only things that's common between my class and the rest of the sections of careers in psych. You're going to do an interview, which let me go pull this assignment up. That one's down here, final interview paper. And I have guidelines written up for you. Open that over here, of exactly how I would expect that you would go through this, things that you should ask, things that you shouldn't ask, how you should write up the paper. It's all there. And you can take liberties because we're in the time of the corona apocalypse, my friends. So number 1, you can interview somebody outside of the field of psychology if you know that you want to do a particular career that's not in psychology. So if you know that you want to be a lawyer, by all means, write this as an interview with a lawyer. You don't have to do it with a clinical psychologist or whatever, just because it's a class in psychology. I want you to get the most out of this. So if you do something that's not in psychology, so say we'll stick with law, what I would want to see in your papers is how the degree in psychology that you're going to presumably get is going to positively impact this new journey you're going to go in some other academic area, which psychology is a great degree to get before going into law school. So number 1, you could interview somebody that's not in psych. Number 2, my fellow COVID haters, I'm over it, this sucks, let's move on and just skip 2020. You do not have to interview somebody in person. It's going to be pretty difficult for you to find somebody to sit down and talk with you at this point in person. And there are some careers where it's going to be nearly impossible for you to find a tangible person that will tell you the kinds of things that you are looking for to write up in this paper. For example, if you're talking to like a human resources person, they can't tell you everything because there are particular rules about keeping information confidential. If you're talking to a clinical psychologist, they might not be able to tell you some things because of patient confidentiality. So there are some things that you might not get from a person. So it is okay to go online and do some research and be able to answer these questions without talking to an actual person. If you do have somebody who's willing to do a phone conversation with you or answer things via email, or for some reason you actually have in-person access to them, that's great. But if you don't, or if you're just terrified of the world and want nothing to do with people, which that's me, it's me right here. Yeah, that's me. So I totally understand that. Just go and do some educated Google searching to find the answers to your questions. All I ask, regardless of which path you choose to go on with this assignment, is that you do not plagiarize something. You do not just copy and paste something from a website, because this is being run through Turnitin. And if you do copy something from somewhere, like CNN interviewed a marriage counselor and you went in and you just like grabbed the blurb from her talking, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I need you to put these things into your own words. So that's the class. Most of the weeks you're just going to have the discussion, but then some tie in together. So when you're looking at the wandering map week, you're going to do the wandering map and you're going to respond to the prompt for the wandering map under the discussion. 5-year plan, research experiences, dream career and career research, research methods, and graduate, oh no wait, these two are together. Graduate school activity and graduate school. You're gonna do the prompt and you're gonna do the assignment. So the last discussion ends in November, and then you have your final due date of your paper the last day of the actual class. So I mentioned that there is an extra credit activity. Go back down to assignments, go scroll to the bottom. If you find yourself missing some points somewhere and you want to get some points back, you can do either a professional or academic activity of some sort and write a brief paper to me for up to 5 points on your final grade, which is an entire letter graded in half. So if you're even questioning whether or not you're getting the A, I strongly suggest that you go in and do this activity. So initially, when the world was still open, this would be something that you would probably do in person, going to a workshop at FIU's Career Center or whatever. But I'm totally okay if you want to do some sort of online seminar, or you find a very good, talking very good, YouTube video that talks about something in a professional or academic area. I'm pretty flexible with this. So you're going to write me about like 400 or 500 words, and I need you to include the source. So a flyer of what you attended virtually or in person, if that somehow happened, or the link to the video, whatever it is. I want to see what it is that you're actually writing about. So it's there, and it's not due until the end of the semester. I don't know why. We're going to go change this right now. I don't know why the due date is set to December 6th. So we're going to go fix that right here, right now. So it's there. All that being said, this is a very straightforward, simple class where I've tried to make all of the material something that is going to positively impact you, going to be not, maybe it won't be fun to do it, but it will be something that makes you think about what you're doing and gives you some sort of perspective on the next steps that you need to take for your future, whether you are pursuing psychology or you're doing something outside of it. If you've been in my senior seminar before, number one, you did these in the wrong order. This should probably come before senior seminar. But if for whatever reason you've done the grad assignment and the 5-year plan in another class with me, all you have to do is write to me and say like, hey, I was in your class before. Remember, you already made me do this, and you already get the bonus points for that. Same thing goes if you decide to take senior seminar with me in the future. Your assignments from this class count towards that class. That's a bonus of being loyal, dedicated students who appreciate me and my craziness and actually take multiple classes with me. Whew. So that's it. That is what the class is going to look like. It's just that simple. I am here if you ever need anything, whether it's related to this class or anything else that you think I could potentially help with. There is no stupid question. You can write to me about just about anything. If you're struggling with anything, please talk to me. I would so much rather know in advance that we're going to have to work on a couple months of your academic career together, as opposed to at the end of the semester just seeing that there's a lack of progress somewhere that we could have worked on at some point. So I'm here for you. I am a major proponent of mental health. We are in a crazy time where there's a lot of days where I personally cannot, will not, refuse to get out of bed and sit there and just binge Housewives and probably eat food that I shouldn't be eating and binge some more Housewives. So I understand. I get it. Let's do this. You're going to get this semester. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great fall. And hopefully by 2021, the corona apocalypse is going to go away. That's very, very falsely hopeful. We all know that this is going to affect us for quite some time. But at least in this class, ain't no thing, man. I promise I wouldn't say this again, but I think it's an appropriate thing to end the video on. So I'm going to go, sucker! And that's going to be it. That's going to be Oh, I'm not going to go back and watch this video. I go back and watch them usually to give myself some sort of personal feedback. We're not going to do that on this one. If you need anything, I'm here. I love you. You're going to do great.